Hello everyone, welcome to GV Ready Automation World. Right, we are continuing on 30 days Selenium Automation Challenge. Right, this is the day 2. Right, if you haven't watched day 1, right, please go and watch it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Enable notification for more interesting videos. Okay, coming to day 2, what is the Selenium Challenge? How to handle SVG elements. Right, how to handle SVG elements. Right, if you know what are the ways, please comment in the comments box so that everyone will know what are the different ways to handle it. Right, in today's class I will tell you one of the way what I know. Right, there may be multiple ways. If you know multiple ways, please comment in the comments box. Right, then what is, first of all we will see what is SVG tag. Right, SVG tag we will use in the HTML. Right, to define what is SVG, scalable vector graphics. We will call it as a scalable vector graphics, which allows you to create vector-based graphics that can be scaled without losing quality. SVG is commonly used for to display icons, logos, chart, animations on the web. Right, basically this SVG tag is used to display the logos, icons, charts, animations. Right, these are all right. What is the key feature? These are all applicable to the just we want to know the what is the concept. Just we are learning. These are all related to developers, UI developers. Right, if you use these things, we will get scalable. It is SVG tag is a scalable, does not lose quality when resized. Right, when we screen right, if you resize that, it will not lose the quality of it. It is a lightweight. We can use either PNG or JPEG, stylable and interactive. Coming to in automation, to handle the SVG tag directly, we cannot identify it. Right, a little bit challenging. We have to treat in a different way. Right, we have to treat in a different way. We have to use a name, local name, these two methods to identify the SVG tags in the XPath. In the XPath, we have to use a star / star and then name like this / star name SVG. Directly if you give / SVG, it will not identify. Then local name should be used. Local name should be local hyphen name should be used for locating subtags. Right, SVG will have a subtags. If you want to get those subtags, if you want to identify local name, we will use a local name. Right, just we will see the sample application. This is one of the application you can take. Right, if you know already any application, you can take it. Right, just inspect it. Suppose, right, there are multiple SVG tags here. Suppose on top there is a red symbol is there. Right, there is a red heart symbol is there. Right, that is also a red SVG tag only. Right, to identify. Suppose if I control F / SVG, right, see, it will not identify. Suppose div tags means see div tags, or we are able to identify input tags. Right, we are able to identify, but right, SVG tags, if we try to identify, we cannot identify. SVG tags directly we cannot identify. Right, suppose if I want to identify, right, those SVG tags, right, we have to follow / star / star and then XPath only. We have to write XPath only / star and then name equal to single quotes or double quotes. We can use anything SVG, right? Then we can able to identify all the SVG tags. We can identify all the SVG tags like this. Right, suppose we'll go to first one. Suppose if I want to identify below SVG, I want to identify child tags. Suppose, right, child tags. There is a def defs is there, G is there. Suppose if I add child means how we will identify usually in the XPath slash def, right? We cannot. It will not work. It will not work like that. Right? We have to give slash, right? Slash star means it will identify all. Right? It is, see it is we are able to identify. But if I want to identify, right, local hyphen name, local hyphen name, local hyphen name method, that is a function, right? Like suppose G, I see I am able to identify, right? I am able to identify by using local hyphen name G. Okay, right? Two are identifying here, right? Two are identifying. One is right. I want to identify this heart symbol, right? Heart one is the this one. Second one is the heart one. Now suppose, right here we can combine this G with right, and we can have a, suppose ID, we can combine with ID. Let's say just we can give ID. If ID, if both two G tags, right, two G tags have a IDs, then we can have a ID equal to something we can write. But here only one G has ID at the right ID, that is enough. If both G tags have ID, we can give ID equal to. No, not required. Just here we are telling local name G, and it should have, G tag should have ID attribute. ID attribute. This is fine, right? We can combine like this also. Right? We can combine multiple attributes by using and. Right? If you want to identify, how to identify? Right? We have to give, right, slash slash star. We have to use the slash slash star name function. This is like a function equal to svg, then only it will identify. Then if you want to identify child tags, right, below tag subtags, then again a slash star local name. For subtags we will use a local name equal to G, and if you want to combine, right, we can combine with the and, right, multiple attributes, multiple attributes. Suppose, right, in automation I want to do something, right, I want to identify all the svg tags, which and subtags path, right, which has a subtag path, which has a subtag as path. Now I want to display attribute D dimension. These are all, right. These are all dimensions of that. I want to print, right. I got a requirement like this. I want to store these D, right, attribute D, right. Then in automation how we will do it, right? We'll see, right. We'll see, right. Let me create, right. I am pushing all this code into Git. Whoever required Git, right, just ping me. I will give the access, right. You should have a Git ID. Just create a Git ID, right. I will provide access to your Git ID, right. Let me create a package. What is, why it is coming day 2. Okay, day 2. Then just right, I will copy paste this, right, instead of that, so that we can quickly do it. Just rename, right, handle svg, right, svg elements, right. We can replace it, just mouse over, you can rename it, sorry, you can rename it to svg elements. It will rename automatically. Then handle svg, test tag name also will change, handle svg elements, right. Now previous one, just shadow, right? Previous first class we have learned how to handle shadow DOMs, right? Just I'm removing those. Right now, just what is the URL? We have to give this URL, right? Fine. Now, what is the our goal? We have to driver dot find element by dot xpath. Right, what is the xpath we have identified? This one, right? And then we have, okay, this xpath I have identified, right? We have identified this. Just copy it, will return a find elements, right? Multiple elements. Just what we will do, okay? SVG elements. I will give it as a SVG elements. Okay, then we have to get the attribute of it, right? For each, we can write it quickly for each web element, right? For each web element, right? You know already this how to iterate the elements. Then just I will print the system dot out dot println element dot get DOM attribute, right? Previously in Selenium 3 we have a get attribute, Selenium 4 also. After that some, right, recent changes in the recent version they have changed to this as a DOM attribute. What is the attribute we want? Here, right, we want attribute of D. Right, we want attribute of D. Right, just print it. Okay, now, okay, then quickly execute it. Right, how to handle SVG tags. Right, this is usually a different approach, right? Normal XPath we can directly do tags, input tags, we can identify all, but handling SVG tags in a different way. We have to, right, here we have to use the name function and the local name functions, these two. By using the combination of these two, we can identify the, see, we are able to print all the attributes, right? Like this is the just a sample thing I have given. We can handle like this, right? Right, just whoever, right, different ways. If you know the another way, please comment in the comment section. Just practice it, right? Please follow the channel, please subscribe to the channel and enable the notification for future ongoing videos. Comment in the comment section if you need anything, right? Share to our friends, like the video. Thanks for watching.